The notification pinged on Mia's phone as she sat cross-legged on her couch, a half-eaten bowl of ramen cooling on the coffee table. It was 2:37 a.m., and the blue glow of her screen lit up her tired eyes. Another message from Ethan. Her thumb hovered over the screen, hesitating. "You awake?" the text read, followed by a string of emojis. Moon, stars, a winking face. She sighed, her heart doing that annoying flip it always did when his name popped up. Mia, 27, was a graphic designer freelancing for a startup that made eco-friendly phone cases. She'd met Ethan, 29, on a dating app 6 months ago, one of those swipe-right moments that felt like fate at the time. He was a software engineer, charmingly nerdy, with a habit of sending her memes at odd hours and calling her Pixel because of her design work. Their first date had been at a dimly lit arcade bar where they'd bonded over a claw machine and too many IPAs. By the third date, they were finishing each other's sentences, and by the second month, they were spending entire weekends tangled in her bedsheets, whispering about dreams and fears. But now, things were complicated. Ethan had a habit of disappearing for days, citing work stress or needing space. Mia, who'd always prided herself on being independent, found herself checking her phone obsessively, analyzing his last message for hidden meanings. Tonight was no different. She typed back, "Yeah, can't sleep. You?" and hit send before she could overthink it. His reply came instantly. "Same. Want a call?" She stared at the screen. A call at this hour meant one of two things. Either he was feeling vulnerable and wanted to connect, or he was lonely and looking for a distraction. She wasn't sure which she preferred. Against her better judgment, she tapped the call button. "Hey, Pixel." Ethan's voice came through, low and warm like he was lying in bed. "Missed you." Mia's chest tightened. "You've been MIA for like 4 days, Ethan. What's up with that?" He laughed, but it sounded forced. "Just work, you know. Deadlines. My boss is writing me about this new project. I'm sorry, I should have texted." She wanted to believe him, but the pattern was too familiar. "You always say that," she said, keeping her tone light but firm. "I'm not your secretary, Ethan. If you're not into this, just say it." Whoa, slow down," he said, his voice softening. "I'm into this. I'm into you. I suck at balancing stuff sometimes. Give me a chance to make it up to you?" Mia bit her lip. She'd heard this before, but the way he said it, with that earnest edge, made her want to believe him. "Fine," she said, "but you're buying coffee tomorrow. And I mean good coffee, not that gas station sludge you like." "Deal," he chuckled. "I'll even throw in one of those overpriced croissants you love." They talked for an hour, the conversation flowing like it used to. Movies, his latest coding obsession, her new project designing a logo for a vegan bakery. But when they hung up, Mia felt a nagging unease. Was she being too forgiving, or was she overthinking a good thing? The next morning, Mia met Ethan at a cozy cafe in their neighborhood. He was already there, looking unfairly good in a flannel shirt and glasses, a steaming latte and a croissant waiting for her. He grinned when he saw her, standing to pull out her chair. "See? I keep my promises," he said. She rolled her eyes but smiled. "This is a start." They fell into easy conversation, but Mia noticed he kept glancing at his phone. "Everything okay?" she asked, sipping her latte. "Yeah, just work group chat blowing up," he said, slipping the phone into his pocket. "Nothing important?" But it kept happening. Every few minutes, his eyes darted to his phone, and his replies got shorter. By the time they finished their coffee, Mia's patience was wearing thin. "Ethan, if you need to deal with work, just go. I don't want to sit here competing with your notifications." He looked guilty. "I'm sorry, Mia. It's not work. It's... Okay, I'll be honest. It's my ex. She's been texting me lately, and I don't know how to handle it." Mia's stomach dropped. "Your ex? As in, Lauren? The one you said was ancient history?" Ethan ran a hand through his hair. "Yeah. She reached out a couple weeks ago saying she wanted closure or whatever. I didn't think it was a big deal, but she keeps texting and... I don't know, it's weird." Mia set her cup down, her fingers trembling slightly. "Why didn't you tell me?" "I didn't want to stress you out," he said. "It's not like I'm getting back with her. I just didn't know how to bring it up without making it a thing." "It's a thing now," Mia said, her voice sharp. "You're hiding stuff from me, Ethan. That's not how this works." He reached for her hand, but she pulled back. "I'm not hiding anything," he said. "I swear, it's just dumb texts. I'll block her if it makes you feel better." Mia wanted to believe him, but the seed of doubt was planted. "I need some time to think," she said, standing. "I'll call you later." Over the next week, Mia threw herself into her work, designing logos and sketching mock-ups until her eyes burned. She ignored Ethan's texts, needing space to sort through her feelings. Her best friend, Zara, came over one night with a bottle of wine and a playlist of breakup anthems. "Dump him," Zara said, pouring them both a glass. "He's shady, Mia. Exes don't just text for closure out of nowhere." "Maybe," Mia said, swirling her wine. "But he's not a bad guy. He's just bad at this sometimes." Zara raised an eyebrow. "Girl, you're making excuses for him. You deserve someone who's all in, not half-assing it while texting their ex." Mia knew Zara was right, but the thought of ending things with Ethan made her chest ache. She'd fallen hard for him, his goofy laugh, the way he'd leave sticky notes with dumb doodles on her fridge, the late-night talks that felt like they could go on forever. But the secrecy, the disappearances, it was eroding her trust. She decided to give him one more chance. She texted him to meet her at the park near her apartment, a neutral spot where they could talk without distractions. When he showed up, he looked nervous, his hands stuffed in his pockets. "I blocked her," he said before she could speak. "Lauren, I told her I'm with you now, and I don't want to talk anymore. I'm sorry I didn't tell you sooner. I was scared of messing this up." Mia studied his face, searching for sincerity. "Why didn't you just tell me from the start?" He sighed. "I thought I could handle it myself. I didn't want you to think I was hung up on her because I'm not. I'm all about you, Mia. I know I've been a mess, but I want to fix this." She wanted to believe him, but the trust was frayed. "I need you to be straight with me, Ethan. No more disappearing, no more secrets. If you can't do that, I'm out." "I can do that," he said, stepping closer. "I want this. I want us." For the next month, Ethan was true to his word. He texted consistently, planned dates, even showed up at her apartment with takeout when she was swamped with deadlines. Mia started to relax, letting herself fall back into the rhythm of their relationship. They spent a weekend hiking, laughing as they got lost on a trail and ended up eating granola bars under a tree. It felt like the early days again, but then one night, Mia borrowed Ethan's laptop to check her email while hers was updating. A notification popped up, a message from an unsaved number. "Miss you, can we talk?" it read. Her heart sank. She clicked on the chat, scrolling through a thread of messages from the past week. Nothing explicit, but flirty enough to make her stomach churn. "You're still the same Ethan," one message read, followed by a heart emoji. His replies were vague but not dismissive. "Lol, you're trouble," and "maybe one day." Mia's hands shook as she closed the laptop. When Ethan came back from the kitchen with a bowl of popcorn, she didn't look at him. "Who's texting you?" she asked, her voice steady despite the storm inside her. He froze. "What?" "Your laptop. I saw the messages." From her. Ethan's face paled. "Mia, it's not what you think. I didn't—" "Stop," she cut him off. "You told me you blocked her. You lied. Again." He set the popcorn down, his shoulders slumping. "I did block her, but she used a different number. I didn't know how to deal with it, so I didn't want to upset you." Mia laughed, but it was bitter. "You didn't want to upset me? Ethan, you're texting your ex behind my back. How is that not upsetting?" "I'm not into her," he insisted. I don't know, I felt bad shutting her down completely. She's going through some stuff." "That's not your job," Mia said, standing. "Your job is to be honest with me. And you failed." The breakup was quiet, but final. Mia told Ethan she needed space, and this time, she meant it. She blocked his number, deleted their photos, and cried until her eyes were puffy. Zara stayed over, bringing ice cream and bad reality TV to distract her. "You did the right thing," Zara said, squeezing her hand. "You deserve better." Mia nodded, but the ache lingered. She threw herself into her work, designing a new portfolio and taking on extra clients. She joined a pottery class on a whim, finding solace in shaping clay with her hands. Slowly, she started to feel like herself again. 3 months later, she got a message from a mutual friend, Sam. "Heard you and Ethan split. You okay?" It read. Mia typed back, "Yeah, I'm good. Thanks for checking in." Sam replied, "Glad to hear it. Want to grab coffee sometime? No pressure." Mia smiled at her phone. Sam had always been kind, a quiet presence at group hangouts with a dry sense of humor that made her laugh. She hesitated, then typed, "Sure. How's Saturday?" Saturday came, and Mia met Sam at a small bookstore cafe. He was already there, browsing the science fiction section, his dark hair falling into his eyes. They talked for hours, about books, life, the weirdness of dating, apps. He didn't push, didn't flirt too hard, but there was a spark in his eyes when he looked at her. As they walked out, Sam said, "I've always thought you were pretty cool, Mia. Ethan's an idiot for screwing it up." She laughed, feeling lighter than she had in months. "Yeah, he kind of is." They kept meeting up, First as friends, then as something more. Sam was different. Steady, open, no games. He didn't disappear when things got tough, and he didn't have a mysterious ex blowing up his phone. Mia wasn't ready to dive into anything serious, but for the first time in a long time, she felt hopeful. One night, as they sat on her couch watching a cheesy rom-com, Sam turned to her. "You know, I'm really glad you gave me a chance." Mia smiled, leaning her head on his shoulder. "Me too." The story of Mia and Ethan wasn't a fairy tale, but it was real. It was messy, full of missteps and lessons learned the hard way. Mia didn't regret it. She'd loved Ethan, flaws and all, but she was done settling for half-truths and empty promises. With Sam, she was starting fresh, one coffee date at a time, and for now, that was enough.